So the time is currently 3:37 in the morning, and I have class at 11. Keep in mind that it is 3:37 at the time of writing, so more than likely this thing will take me all night and into the morning to record and edit. And the reason I'm doing this so late, and the reason that I've waited this long to write it, is just, honest to God, I don't understand how I feel about Fight Club. I have no clue where to start with this film. You know, it was the bane of my existence for years because I had an ex-girlfriend, we'll call her Voldemort for now, who loved the film and just wanted me to watch it so bad. And I remember watching it and thinking, so that's it? Like, is there a director's cut? That there's something better? Or I couldn't understand why she was so excited and just so in love with this film. I thought Tyler being fake was an underwhelming twist. I thought Brad Pitt's character was used for nothing more than fan service and preachy dialogue, and the fact that the Fight Club itself turns into a freaking terrorist organization is so ridiculous, and I don't understand how people still go along with it. Like, what the hell? Like, if the film were a smaller, more self-contained narrative that focused more on the psyche of the character and less on the gratuity and catharsis of violence, then I'd probably like it more, but as it stands now, Fight Club is just one of the most overhyped films I think I've ever seen. What the hell? Someone's banging on my door. Hey, buddy, his office is in the art building. Who are you guys?
Ryder Skipper, you're under arrest.
What for?
Rule number 1, don't talk about Fight Club.
Okay, well, didn't you just break it too by saying that? Like, you telling me the rule. Is that not by definition you also talking about Fight Club? Yeah, he's got a point there, Chief. I need better cadets.
Grab him, boys!
Hey, stay back. I want to talk to my lawyer. Hey, don't grab him. No!
2 hours later.
Well, I finally got into contact with my lawyer, and he was able to dispute that whole rule number 1 charge off my tab, but the bathtub full of cocaine in my apartment, that was a little bit more difficult to explain. Yeah, so I find myself in a bit of a predicament here. The judge was pretty lenient, though, said I just needed to do a couple hours of community service and all of that, so I'm carving soap for this guy I met on the subway last week. He seems oddly familiar, but yeah, I'm sure it's nothing. And to avoid any further complications, for the remainder of this podcast, I'm going to refer to, this film as Club Fight. Seem fair enough? Good. One of the reasons people seem to think Club Fight is one of the best movies of all time is because of its twist ending regarding Tyler Durden. Tyler Durden, played by Brad Pitt, is revealed in the third act to be a figment of the narrator's imagination. Tyler never truly existed, but was only a projection of the ideal man that the narrator wanted to be. Somebody who was masculine, untethered, unaffected by marketing ploys. Everything the narrator was not. The problem with this twist is that Club Fight gives us too many hints. The twist only works if the audience isn't expecting it, and I was able to guess the twist about 30 minutes before it was actually revealed. Now, I'm not trying to discredit your experience by any means. If the twist of this film genuinely surprised you, that's perfectly fine, and I envy your experience. But for me, as somebody who's been editing movies since he could tie his own shoes, I was able to catch all the little things that they were doing to lead up to the reveal. Tyler breaks the fourth wall early on in the movie and starts talking about ghost frames, and being a screenwriter, I thought to myself, David Fincher probably wouldn't include this if it didn't play some type of role in the story later. I guess I should pay attention to those. And it did. Tyler and the narrator having the same briefcase on the plane when they first meet is an obvious visual metaphor to suggest they're the same person. When Tyler and the narrator are driving down the highway and Tyler crashes the car, despite the narrator being in the passenger seat, he crawls out of the wreck from the driver's side. That was something I noticed on my first viewing because I thought it was a mistake. I thought the editor maybe had flipped the image and expected the audience not to notice because of the adrenaline we just got from the car crash. All of these things led to me predicting the twist of the film, which ultimately diminished my experience and made me not want to watch it till its conclusion a second time. Another thing, Tyler is just fucking annoying. All he does is spout on about being a man and not taking the government's crap. Our great war is a spiritual war. Our great depression is our lives. Shut up! It's obvious that Tyler is supposed to represent the ideology and political drive of the film, but it is so ham-fisted and just lacking in subtlety that I find myself seeing him more as an instrument to the screenwriter than an actual character. Like, he quite literally is the narrator. They are the same person. So you can't even make the argument that, oh, Tyler's just a side character, so he doesn't reflect the feelings of the protagonist, therefore doesn't reflect the feelings of the movie. Like, no. I don't care if he gets shot at the end. A majority of the film idolizes this man, and the narrator wants to be him and follows his ideology until like the last 20 minutes of the movie. Tyler is the movie, and that's annoying as hell.
Hey, keep it down in there.
Sorry, officer. I just get really heated when I start talking about...
What are you talking about?
I'm just talking about Tangled and how it's a way better movie than Frozen, but I'm the only one who wants to acknowledge it.
Yeah. Tangled is a good movie. I like that song about seeing the light and stuff. Well, carry on.
Whew, sorry about that, you guys. And lastly, the stakes of this film elevate to such extreme heights that it's ridiculous. And when I say stakes, I'm not talking about your medium rare dinner from last night. I'm talking about what the characters of the film potentially stand to gain or lose if they don't achieve their goal. This film takes its perfectly fine, self-contained narrative and blows it so out of proportion that the members of the club fight quite literally become terrorists and blow up half the city in a politically charged attack. This comes so out of left field for me, as the club is never really set up to be this sort of organization. Sure, they have a violent ideology and are led by a psychopathic schizophrenic— oh wait, I get it now. Regardless, the nature of this ending feels overblown and makes the rest of the film seem insignificant. Like, think of the story you've set up. No one is going to remember or care that your character went to therapy groups for release if by the end everything is exploding to a 90s grunge song. It's freaking ridiculous. In the end, Club Fight is a movie that I should love. An edgy, violent political piece about the meaning of masculinity seems like it's something I'd be really in love with, but alas, this film is just preachy, annoying, overhyped, and above all else, it's disappointing because I want to love it. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I don't even care what's gonna happen. I don't like Fight Club. There, I said it! Oh, come on! They just had that door replaced! Hey, it's fine, it's okay! What did I do?
There's one in the corner.
What's it this time?
Ryder Skipper, you're under arrest again!
What did I do? I already got rid of the rule number 1 charge. You can't get me for that again. What's so funny? Come on, what's so funny?
Rule number 2, bitch!